What's good, YouTube? What's good, Supreme World? It's your boy Dre Supreme back with another video today. And today, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Golden State Warriors. With the Minnesota Timberwolves going up 2-1 in this series, we're going to see if the Golden State Warriors can defend their home court without Steph Curry, their best player. So without further ado, you know what we do on this channel. We're going to inspect, we're going to dissect, and we're going to break it down because that's what we do on this channel. So make sure you guys leave a like, make sure you guys leave a comment, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. And let's get into this video.
The game. Rebound Green. He had just 2 rebounds, fouled out. Draymond did with 5 minutes to go in the loss the other night. Good start for him.
He had to get started early. Draymond Green had a horrible last game. Oh, Pajemski. Beautiful. We loving it. Let's go. Julius Randle coming out aggressive with the 3. Oh, here you go again. I already see it. All right, drops on Jimmy Butler with the lay-in. Quick 5 points for him. Oh, Anthony Edwards for 3. There he go. That man's from Georgia. Draymond Green for 3. All right. Somebody got to do it. Mike Conley with the pull-up 3. Bang. What kind of defense is Brandon Pajemski playing? Trace Jackson Davis giving some great starting production. They need that. I've been praying that they start him because he's been probably the best big man coming off the bench playing. Gary Payton, the second, GP2. Oh, wow. That looked like a walk, but he grabbed the ball. Wonderful lay-in by Naz Reid. Jonathan Kuminga. Around the world. Let's go. Anthony Edwards giving body to Buddy Hield. Wonderful mid-range. Wonderful pull-up J by Anthony Edwards. That's tough. Against Draymond Green as well, too. 1-point game by Golden State. Oh, step back. Naz Reid. He's so damn good at that. Naz Reid out to Mike Conley. Out to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Look at his team. Julius Randle. He's hungry, man. He is hungry. 11-0 run by Minnesota. Buddy Hield for 3. He can shoot that ball as well, too. Jimmy Butler giving that body to body. Woo! With the tipping. He still gave it that body to body. Jonathan Kuminga giving that body to body. He put Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the weight room. Put him in the weight room. Wow, that's so tough. Julius Randle. How do you do some of the things that you do? Jimmy Butler with the spin mid-range shot. Dante DiVincenzo for 3. Out to Edwards. Edwards on the blow. Woo! Man, when he flies, man, he flies. Anthony Edwards. Unstoppable around that rim. We said that, man. Buddy Hield for 3. That's tough. Mike Conley. Fast break. Buddy Hield. He got the tip up. Nice. 10-0 run by Golden State. Coming back. Okay. Woo! Had him skating. Anthony Edwards. Oh, here you go again. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And he's talking about it, too. Anthony Edwards. That's what he does. Julius Randle for 3. He's been shooting so well this series. Shout out to Julius Randle. Wonderful take by Draymond Green. Mike Conley penetrates, misses the The teardrop out to Anthony Edwards. Looks at him, playing with him. That's food, bro. Anthony Edwards, when he gets hot, he gets hot. Unstoppable to stop him. Jimmy Butler been trying the best that he could all series long, going directly at Rudy Gobert, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. It's tough. Out to Mike Conley for 3. Wow, and transition. Transition 3 by Mike Conley. Wonderful shot. Anthony Edwards for 3. Wow. Yeah, he's hot this game. Again? Oh, he checked. Yeah, he's bugging. He's been throwing up the signs all game, bro. Come on. Anthony Edwards. Dante DiVincenzo. Yep, here we go. Minnesota. Alley-oop. It's tough down there. They don't have a big man down there. Wonderful take by Jimmy Butler. I could just tell that he had like an off night, pretty much. We haven't seen him enough on these highlights. An 18-point game. Damn, this whole third quarter has been marginal. Kuminga playing with some great energy. Horrible pass by Buddy Hield. Jaden McDaniels, Euro step, using his size. Buddy Hield putting Dante DiVincenzo in a spin cycle.
Bench says Anthony Edwards' consistency throughout the playoffs this season has been his biggest area.
This Minnesota team is going to be tough, man, to stop, man. This is why they beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. Their young presence, their energy, man. They've been here last year. They went to the Western Conference Finals last year. It's tough, man. So they've been here. They got a taste of the blood. And with the new acquisition of Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, makes it a lot better. They've been there before, too, with the New York Knicks. They've been to the semis. This team is tasting blood, man. They tasting blood. Kevin Knox, as the game is coming to an end, we already know. Like, Moses Moody, where have you been at, man? You've been on the third string, not giving no minutes, no bench production, even when you're in the game. Oh, wonderful pass, though. But it's too late at this point. Minnesota is going to lead the series 3-1. It's tough, man. Most of the crowd had left at this point. Wow. Well, at least they're still playing. They're still playing with heart, though. I'll give them that. Look at that turnover. If they had a little bit more time, who knows? That was a good comeback by the third string. Wow, it's crazy. So, Minnesota takes both games away from home. Minnesota took both games in Golden State, which is real tough. Real resilient team to bounce back after losing the first game and winning the next 3. Let's move over to the box score. So we got 117-110. Minnesota won. They had a huge third quarter after, making it a marginal difference between what happened in the first half. They had a big third quarter to balance this game out and to win the game ultimately by 7 points. Minnesota took less shots than Golden State, but they made 2 more shots than Golden State. And they shot the ball very well from the 3-point line, shooting at 16 for 34 from the field, 47%. Golden State, it's been real tough without their star player, Steph Curry, shooting 8 for 27 from the 3-point line, which is 29%. That's not the norm for Golden State. That's not what they're accustomed to. They really have to find some offensive presence to battle with this Minnesota team. And maybe it's too late after going down 3-1, giving up both of your home games up to Minnesota, which is extremely tough. They broke even on the rebound column. Turnover differential They had Minnesota had 5 more turnovers than the Golden State Warriors, and the amount of points that they conceded off the turnovers, they still won the game. The largest lead of the night was 21 points by Minnesota. They blew out the Golden State Warriors in the third quarter, leaving it real marginal for any room to come back into this game. All right, let's move over to the box score. So we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, where Julius Randle, let's start out with him. He had a big game. He's been having big games all series long, playing amazing against his matchup, Draymond Green, playing up against whoever comes to him, because it's mismatches at this point. The Golden State Warriors don't have enough big man presence on this team to defend up against the big man that's on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Julius Randle finishing with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Shooting 11 for 21 from the field, 4 for 8 from the three-pointer, and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Magnificent game by Julius Randle, to always stay aggressive, especially having that chip on his shoulder after being shipped away from the New York Knicks. I will never stop saying that, because the New York Knicks could have kept him, and I believe that they could have gotten far with him if they got like a Mikal Bridges, for example. But it's tough, you know. I don't hold any regret that the New York Knicks or the Minnesota Timberwolves did that, because they're getting over the hump with Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges at this point. And both teams benefit off of it, because Julius Randle is playing magnificent with Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels. Okay. So let's tap more into it. Jaden McDaniels, another great game for him. 10 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Magnificent games. Very intangible type of game. You know, he had a double-double that we see on the stat sheet, but look at the 1 steal, 1 block. He's guarding the best player on the opposite team. He's guarding Jimmy Butler most likely. He's guarding Steph Curry when Steph Curry is playing. Like, Jaden McDaniels using his length, his 6'10" frame, defending the best players in the league is truly amazing. So shout out to Jaden McDaniels. We're always going to give his credit on this channel, because like a lot of things that we don't see in scoring on the highlights is defense, and we don't see a lot of that. So shout out to Jaden McDaniels for putting his team into the position to get where they need to be, because defense wins championships. We all know that. Rudy Gobert, he had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 for 4 from the field, and he made 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Mike Conley, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He shot 2 for 9 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, and 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Anthony Edwards, this man had 30 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, shooting it real confident as of lately. Anthony Edwards has been shooting the ball at a high clip. He's been shooting a lot of threes because he knows that the three-point game is going to win him the game. He shot it really well tonight, shooting it at 11 for 21 from the field, 6 for 11 from 3, and 2 for 3 from the free throw line. So when his shot is not on, he's been getting into the rim. But as of tonight, you know, relatively, like his shot was, you know, going in tonight. You know, every time we looked up, we saw a highlight of Anthony Edwards making a three-pointer and throwing up his little signs that he got on his hands. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Anthony Edwards for always playing aggressive, always approaching the game on both sides of the floor, because the greatest players who we talk about, who's on the Mount Rushmore of the NBA or the Mount Rushmore of basketball all time, you know, they play both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. So shout out to Anthony Edwards. Potentially he will be there one day, you know, because he's box office. Ant-Man is box office. Okay? No doubt about that. So we got Naz Reid coming off the bench. He gave a strong 24 minutes with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. Dante DiVincenzo, he played a calm 26 minutes, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, and 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And then Nickel Alexander Walker, He played a strong 17 minutes, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and he did not miss a shot. This brother made 5 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, and made both of a pair of his free throws. Shout out to Nickel Alexander-Walker. Okay, as we move over to the Golden State side, Draymond Green playing 34 minutes. His last game performance wasn't, excellent. It wasn't what we're usually accustomed to seeing out of him. And he was in foul trouble early. But Draymond Green finished with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 for 14 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3. Trace Jackson Davis, he played 19 minutes. He had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 for 2 from the field, and then he made 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Jimmy Butler, finishing with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Oh my goodness, excuse me, guys. God. Jimmy Butler shooting 14. Jimmy Butler finishing with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Jimmy Butler really didn't shoot the ball as much times as I thought he would have. And it's really tough because, he's been facilitating this whole series upon Steph Curry going down with injury. And last game, he had a great game where he had to score 30 over the last 2 games, I believe. So I guess this was like a night where he was fatigued and he was tired for playing all the damn minutes that he'd be playing. And they're relying on him to really put the ball in the basket. But it's so tough for him to take shot selection based off what Chris Finch is doing with his defensive sets. Chris Finch is taking Jimmy Butler out the game, so he won't have as much as the looks that he's comfortable with. So it's really tough for Jimmy Butler to do his thing. I'm not blaming him at all, but the only thing that I would say that he has to do is take some more shots, and he has to live with the outcome. That's what it comes down to. Buddy Hield. He finished with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. He shot 4 for 11 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, and 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And Brandon Podziemski, he finished with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals, 3 for 14 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Brandon Podziemski, where have you been at, man? Because I've been searching for you, and you've been playing like crap the last few games when Steph Curry went down. I don't know what happened to your confidence. I don't know what happened to your shooting during the regular season. And in the last series, you were draining shots, man. You was keeping up with the production for yourself. You was getting rebounds. You was actively getting steals, and you was scoring at least like 18 points and making a couple of threes at least. But now I don't know what happened. When Steph Curry came out the court, it's like you lost all your powers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Steph Curry gives you powers when he's on the floor, because that's the way it's looking. You shooting 3 for 14 from the field? That's horrible. We need you to be better, man. Come on, man. Brandon Podziemski, 3 for 14 is unacceptable. We can't accept that. 0 for 4 from 3 is not acceptable. When you can't get your shot off, you got to go to the line. Now, I know you shot 5 for 6 from the line, but like you missed 11 shots before going to the line, like, or during going to the line, man. Like, you got to be aggressive, man. And that's all I'm going to say about Brandon Podziemski. But you're better than this. You showed it all year long. You was potentially most improved player of the year. I don't know who still won that award at this point. I got to go look that up because I asked myself that question in the last video. So, yeah, this is just not a good game for him at all. Although that he finished with 11 and 4 steals, like, we know that you're better than this. The Golden State Warriors trust you enough to actually be a starter and do what you got to do, okay? And the next man that I'm about to talk about, Jonathan Kuminga, they do him so wrong on the Golden State Warriors. He's still coming off the bench at this point. Like, he has to give energy to this team. Now, I know that the bench, it's tough and it's tough to look at, but yo, I'm telling you, Jonathan Kuminga starting lineup, he's going to give this team energy that they need to go on a run and to win the game potentially. But anyways, Jonathan Kuminga, he finished with 23 points, 1 assist, 1 steal. He shot 6 for 13 from the field and 11 for 12 from the free throw line. Magnificent game by Jonathan Kuminga. He did everything he could on the offensive end. It just wasn't enough against this Minnesota team whose defensive presence is shown. Okay. Kevon Looney, 14 minutes he played. He had 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 for 5 from the field, and then he made a pair of free throws. Yui Santos, I think that's how you pronounce it. He had 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 for 4 from the field, and he made 1 3. Quentin Post, 5 points, 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, and he had 2 rebounds and 1 assist. We had GP2. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. Moses Moody, he had 3 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 for 3 from the field. And then Pat Spencer, 2 points. He made 2 free throws. Kevin Knox, he went 1 for 1 from the field with 2 points and 1 assist. Okay. That is it. The Minnesota Timberwolves leading the series up 3-1 as we head back into the Golden. The Minnesota Timberwolves had the series. The Minnesota Timberwolves lead the series up 3-1, going back home into Minnesota. So potentially a closeout game for Minnesota if they could close it out in Minnesota. And we're going to see what's going to transpire next game, which will be tomorrow, May 14th at maybe 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, because the games be starting so late. This is the reason why I don't be tapped into these games, because they start so late on the East Coast. But if you guys made it this far into the video, I appreciate you guys for sticking through it. And I'll see you guys in the following video for Game 5. I appreciate you guys for coming out. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.